Hey guys, Tyler here with PPC Foundry. Today, I want to show you how to actually get your Google Ads into the Map Pack. So more specifically, how do you get your Google business profile seen as a sponsored ad in the local map directory when people are searching relevant keywords for you? There's a lot of different things online that I've been seeing, and there's been people that have been asking me, how do you actually do this? And some of the information's right, some of it's wrong. So I wanted to show you exactly how you do this so that you can show up as a sponsored listing in the Google Map Pack. So let's jump into it, guys. I'll share my screen here and we'll get this figured out. Okay, guys, so the very first thing, and hopefully it's obvious, is that you actually do need to have what they call a Google Business Profile now, or a GBP, or Google My Business is what a lot of people still refer to it as, but you have to have one of these. It has to be verified. It's basically being seen now organically. But you have to have that so that we can then connect it to the Google Ads account that will be using it so that you can show up in the Map Pack. So I'm not going to show you how to go through and set up a Google business profile if you haven't yet, but you can go to this page here, basically sign in or start now if you don't have an account. To get it finished set up. So next, let's just go ahead and jump over to the Google Ads here. So once you have your Google business profile, you need to actually get it connected into Google Ads. So the easiest way to do that, if it's not done already, is if you go into Tools, once you're in the ad account that you want, and then you'll go to Data Manager. So when you go to Data Manager, you can see all the different things that are linked specifically to this Google Ads account. So in this case, we want to make sure that we have Google Business Profile linked. So if you don't see that here, if it's not connected, you can find it typically in the featured products, or you can click Connect Product, and it'll take you through, what, app that you want to get your account connected with. So in this case, we want Google Business Profile, and I'm just going to show you here. This is our Google Business profile that is linked. We have 6 different locations listed under it, just from various different things, but that's the main account that it's going to be linked with. And then now when we go into creating a ad for this, we can select that specific location that we want to use. So this is going to just connect you at a account level, regardless of how many locations are within that account. So that's where you're going to manage it here. And you can only have one Google Business Profile account connected at a time to your Google Ads account, right? So if I hover over this, I can't add any other locations until I remove our existing location asset here. All right, so let's jump into actually creating a new campaign. So this is where it's super, super important. So make sure you pay attention here. But when you're creating a campaign to show up for the Google Map Pack, you have to do this option right here, which is local store visits and promotions. Now, people will say, well, I can just, use the location asset on my search ads, which is what I've seen people saying, but that's not true. It will show your Google business information in the search ad, but it's not going to give you a placement into the Google Map Pack. This is the only way that you can do that. So if I click on this, my only option for a campaign type is going to be Performance Max. So a few years back, after they came out with PMax, essentially they got rid of the option to where you just show up in a map pack for local advertising. It's all ran through PMax at this point. So we have to make this selection here. You don't have to worry about putting any of this information. Name the campaign whatever you want. So we can just say local map pack campaign. And then we'll go through the normal creation process. So here, you're going to get 2 options. Do you want to your conversion goals, do you want it to be for people contacting the business, so engaging with the phone number, potentially email, going to the website, different stuff like that? Or do you want people to physically get directions and go to the location? So depending on the type of business this is, so obviously if it's like a restaurant or some type of entertainment venue, you're going to probably want to do direction requests. Otherwise, you can do contact as well if they're wanting more phone calls. So think of like a HVAC company or some type of service company that no one's necessarily going to their business, but they need a phone call, right? So we'll just go ahead and select that for now. Awesome. And then obviously, we're going to focus on conversions, or conversion value is going to be the two options that we have. So in most cases, you're going to just do conversions. And then obviously just go through this as you would normally set up your campaign, if you're targeting different languages. These options, I would probably, with this, your final URL, I personally don't like running PMAX with this on, because what it will do is it's going to find other URLs on your website. So that could be blog posts or potentially privacy policy pages or your thank you page or different things, where it's going to send traffic to those links if it thinks that it's going to perform well. How it thinks right now isn't necessarily great. So typically it's good to just keep this off. And if you're not running any videos, then you don't need to worry about this. I don't necessarily have any preference on this at this time for video stuff. So all this else looks good. And then this is where you're still going to have to put in a website. So even though the goal of this campaign is that we want to promote on the local map pack, the fact that it's still a Performance Max campaign, it means that it's still going to put inventory into all of the other placement that PMax shows up at, which I'll show you here on the next screen. But you're still going to have to put some images in. You're going to have some headlines, add descriptions, and you're still going to have a type of landing page that you want people to direct to. So if the goal of this campaign is you don't necessarily have a landing page or a specific service page set up that you want to direct people to, it's not always recommended, but you can just lead them to your homepage. But again, the goal here is that we're getting a map pack ad set up. So hopefully we're either generating phone calls or directions. So we'll just go ahead and skip this AI creation part for the ads. So here is where you've set it up right. So this is the typical ad preview screen, which is we're creating an asset group for PMax. And this is the asset, which is going to be the variations of ads. And then here you can see the preview of the different ad placements, basically. So in addition to maps, so this is where you would show up in the map pack, right? So we'll do a desktop version here. See if it loads. So it'll show the map here in the map pack. In YouTube, Gmail, which is basically discovery. It will show up in normal search ads as well and display. We obviously need to enter in some information here so that we can see that. So, but this is where because if you set up another PMax campaign without setting it up the way that we did, you won't see this maps icon here, which is basically meaning that you're not going to show up in the map pack. You're just going to show up in these other placements. So you have to pick that local actions option when you're creating the campaign to make sure that it shows up here. So that's the most important, and that's obviously the targeted inventory. But because of the nature of PMax, you're still going to show up in these other inventory spots. But for a local business, you're still going to get access to this inventory as well. So you'll go through this creation just like normal, any other type of ad, which we're not going to go over in this video. But this is essentially how you ensure that you're going to show up in that local map pack. So hopefully if you found this video helpful, guys, go ahead and like and subscribe to this video if you want more information like this. Take care.